Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United and a little bit of transfer news. It's rumours around Leeds. The video this afternoon we do play, of course, 8 o'clock kick-off at Salford City at the Peninsula Stadium in the Carabao Cup second round. It's live on Sky Sports this evening. But yeah, it's rumours around Leeds video, a bit of solid news, not really rumours to look at, but that is the name of the segment in which I talk about transfers. And yeah, we'll talk about Amiri and a little bit on Paintsil, but we'll start with the news that has broken up at lunchtime today that Jed Spence is on his way to Leeds United in a straight loan deal. No option to buy for Leeds, no obligation to buy. It's a straight loan. He'll go back to Spurs at the completion of the 23-24 Championship season. Whether we then go on to buy him, who knows? That's for the future. But for now, he looks like he's about to join on loan. Phil Hay has said it. Fabrizio Romano has said it as well. Phil broke it. Fabrizio has followed him in saying that it's a £1 million loan fee that will pay, like I said, a straight loan, no obligation, no option to buy him at the end of that, but we may go in for him depending on how well he's done and if this season ends on promotion for us. Of course, a right back, full backs a need for Leeds. We need one on the left side as well. It looks like maybe Luke Thomas might be that man that comes in. There's already reports saying that Leeds have signed him. Let's wait and see on that one. Nothing concrete as yet from concrete sources, but this one definitely is a goer. Medical soon. It should be done within the next 48 hours, says Phil Hay. Jed Spence, who is still a young player, youngish player, I think early 20s, isn't he now? Obviously got promoted with Nottingham Forest when they beat Huddersfield in the playoff final at the back end of the 21-22 season. He spent then went to Spurs and couldn't really get in the team. Spent the second half of the term on loan in France at Rennes. Played 10 games for them, couldn't really break into their side. Europa League experience in those games as well. But he's played all of 4 minutes of Premier League football for Spurs. Doesn't look like he's in their plans. Ange Postecoglou is happy. They wanted I think Spurs wanted an actual permanent sale, but for some reason Leeds or any other Championship team didn't really want to see to do that. Now we've got to be cautious on these deals because obviously we've seen a fullback collapse at the right of the last minute, should I say, in Max Aarons, who was all set to come to Leeds before joining Bournemouth at the very last minute. This hopefully this one comes through, but as of yet, medical is to take place. And what a signing this is for Leeds. I believe that the loan signing will go well, hopefully, with Joe Rodon, who's also a teammate of Spence at Spurs, isn't he, as well? So a bit of cohesion in the back line with him playing centre back and Spence on the right of that midfield. You can imagine Luke Ayling will then drop to the bench, which the debate rages on about Bill, doesn't it? But for me, going forward, yes, he's very good. Always looked like that already this season, scoring a goal against West Brom, and he does look dangerous going forward. But he's lost that little bit of pace, etc. He's 32 now. Is Bill, um, and defensively is all over the place. To be fair, so if we can now start to do this, I know it's a loan for Spence, but I do imagine that we will then start to see next season, obviously, and maybe we buy him, like I said. Ailing start to just be phased out. Obviously, Drame doesn't look like the man to be able to take his boots and fill that position. But maybe Spence definitely will be for this season anyway, as a loan deal. Luke Thomas, I think, I'll imagine, will be on the other side, and then we start to build forward in the other areas in the last days of the transfer window. Transfer window ends obviously on Friday. We are looking like we need more players. I think we need at least after Spence comes in, Kamara should be done as well. I think after those two, we still need two or three more to come in 2 or 3 days really. Um, Obviously we speak about Amiri um, in a minute, but Spence will be a great sign. He hasn't played much football over the last season. Really would have been frustrating for him, I'm sure. But hopefully he can get a run of games. He'll be straight into the team, I imagine, when he signs. But he's not match ready possibly, but he needs to get up to fitness and match speed. But there's no doubt he'll be a great signing. Let me know in the comments what you're feeling about this imminent, by the sound of it, signing of Jed Spence. Like I said, we'll talk about Amiri now. Then, what's he doing? Let me know in the comments here below what you're thinking of this saga. Absolute strangeness going on from this bloke here, because he obviously don't want to come to Leeds. He obviously didn't want to play in the Championship. Now, he was in Leeds yesterday. Lots of reports saying that it was fine in Leeds, and people reckoned they'd spotted him, didn't they, on Twitter and things like that. Post, pictures of him walking around the city centre and stuff like that. And he'd had a look at Leeds and maybe thought, nah, I don't want it. He's back in training with Leverkusen today. Obviously, didn't fancy it. Didn't fancy coming to Leeds. Strung us along for a week or so, not just shy of a week really. And we are now looking at other options. Paintsil is another one. Phil Hay writing this morning that both Amiri and Paintsil deals are on standby, or sorry, come to a standstill. I reckon the Amiri deal is off now. We don't need to be messing about with him. He clearly doesn't want to come. He apparently wanted a clause in his contract. He didn't want to play Championship for longer than a season. You've got to be committed to the cause. Yes, we all would like to be back in the Premier League next season, but we need players who knuckle down and get us there with good performances and good play and good results, instead of half-assed, don't really want to be there, and if we don't get promoted, straight off at the end of the season. We want players completely committed to Leeds United, and if you don't want to be in Leeds as a city, then you don't want to be in Leeds United, and that's fine. But we don't need to mess around and waste time with players like that, because he has wasted our time. Leeds obviously thought there was a deal that could be done right up until yesterday. I don't think they'll fancy a deal now, but who knows? I don't think there's any going back from that. But we've seen with Daniel Farke, he does like to give players second chances, and if there is a deal that can be thrashed out between now and Friday, then maybe there is one that can be done. Who knows? But at the moment, I'm saying no. Paintsil as well is locked in an argument with his current team Genk over exit pay, basically loyalty bonuses and things like this. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that's what's been reported. Paintsil would be a great signing for me. He's done it in the Belgian league. The Ghanaian international. We have fond memories of Ghanaian players, don't we? Of course, at Leeds, and he can play 10, like I said. So he would be the number 10. Fill-in, I imagine he'd be the guy that plays 10, but doesn't really look like that might not happen. Southampton are keeping sniffing around him as well. But yeah, it's all over this loyalty bonus. Leeds apparently looking at different options, but keeping an eye on Paintsil, because I think we've agreed a fee now. Everything's been agreed. Apparently Paintsil wants Leeds, but he wants to get this dispute sorted with Genk. Who knows? We can't wait forever, can we? Well, we can wait till Friday, but we need to be getting on with other options and other targets. There isn't anything coming out today. A little bit quieter than yesterday, but it is a match day as well, so maybe Leeds are focused more on the Salford City Cup game than they are on transfers today. But I'm sure they're working away in the background. We only have from now until Friday night to get deals done, so it needs to happen soon. Like I said, two lads seemingly imminent, Kamara and Spence. I reckon we need 3 more after this. Let me know how many you think we need. Thanks very much for watching as always. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.